Hello, and welcome back to Ending Superman's Life. This is episode number 234. As always, I am Engineer John, and you heard that episode number correctly. Today's episode is a flashback to Jeff's very first episode. It features Supreme Leader, Mr. Nefario, Jeff, and a very special retrospective appearance by Red Angst. It's a very special episode, and we think you're really going to enjoy it. Remember to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, or wherever you find us, including Spotify and YouTube. And please leave a review. It really helps us out. If you want to get in touch, search Ending Superman's Life on Facebook, and you can like our page there. We are at Ending Superman on Twitter, Ending Superman's Life on Instagram, and you can email us directly at endingsupermanslife@gmail.com. Also, Jeff is at PartyTimeJeff68 on Twitter and PartyTimeJeff67 on Instagram. Now, please enjoy episode 234 of Ending Superman's Life. And as always, fuck you, Superman.
Gentlemen, we've gathered for a singular purpose. With the combined efforts of myself, Supreme Leader,
Mr. Nefario,
and Red Angst, we shall endeavor to kill Superman. Welcome back, listeners. I am your host and this world's future master, Supreme Leader. If you've never listened to the podcast before, welcome. This is a show where my cohorts and I discuss how to best kill Superman. If you're not familiar with Superman, he's an asshole who wears a big red cape and flies around being a jerk. Now, I'm afraid we have had to make some adjustments to the show since our last episode. If you missed the last episode or need a refresher, our engineer Jerry tells me he has a clip ready as a bit of a recap. So the following audio is from episode 233.
So, gentlemen, I can say with the utmost certainty that this will be the final episode of the podcast.
Well, that hardly seems fair for you to decide that unilaterally. This is a group effort.
we have a financial obligation to our sponsor.
Well, feel free to keep the candles burning if you must, but I have a date with Superman tonight, and he has a date with Hades!
That sounds like a scheduling conflict. Bad planning, you know?
Yeah, you should reschedule. I mean, Superman's pretty fast, so maybe he can just be a little late to meet you after he meets Hades or something. But
What? No, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to murder Superman tonight. I thought that was pretty clear.
oh, I see. You meant Hades, like, metaphorically, like not...
Yes.
All right, well, next time, don't use a real guy in your metaphor. It's confusing.
I was referring to the Greek god.
Yeah, Hades, Lord of the Underworld. I've had brunch with that guy like 3 times.
I thought he was just a myth.
No, he's corporeal. He's Wonder Woman's uncle, I believe.
Really? Uncle? I heard she was like a little clay girl that was brought to life like a golem.
No, that was just a rumor. Turns out her mom had a physical relationship with Zeus and was trying to keep it, like, under wraps, I guess.
Wow. That's like some soap opera shit. I'm pretty sure that exact same thing happened on Dynasty.
Okay, well, forget the Hades thing. The point is, Superman dies by my hand tonight.
All right. You want some help?
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing going on tonight.
I think not. I will vanquish the Kryptonian menace alone, and I don't want either of you cads getting in the way of my glory. So long, gentlemen. I'll see you on the front page!
Thanks, Jerry. So yeah, Red Angst was correct. The next day, the front page of the Daily Planet read, Superman throws Red Angst into the sun. Which I thought was a little on the nose.
Not exactly clever writing.
Yeah, no poetry, and they could have gone with like last Kryptonian sun throws. I'm not a writer either, but there's something there. Sun and sun. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, we saw him on the front page, but it seems things didn't go his way exactly, unless getting thrown into the sun was somehow like part of his master plan.
Oh, yeah, you never know. I mean, he could be playing the long game.
Sure.
Or, something like that.
Get thrown into the sun and he's just biding his time in the sun right now or something.
He was radioactive.
He's a radioactive man, so I don't even know if that would kill him necessarily. I mean, maybe the cold vacuum of space, like on the way to the sun, probably did it. The sun's can't be. It's not close, so
93 million miles, I believe.
yeah, pretty far. It's a long. That is a hell of a throw.
It's not around the corner.
No. Anyways, he's gone, and he left us with a void to fill. And that's just one more of the many reasons we're going to hunt you down, Superman. You hear me? You may have gotten the best of Red Angst, but soon your time will come. You will bow before me, Superman, and when it's over, I will drag your tattered corpse through the streets of Metropolis. We will destroy you, Superman. We will bathe in your blood. But before we get any of that, we need to introduce you all to our new host, Jeff. So take it away, Jeff.
Hi. Yeah, hey guys. It's
Welcome.
really a privilege to be here. Thank you.
Good to have you, bud.
Jeff. That's not. Is that short for anything? Is that like Jeff Apocalypse or
Jeffrey. I was born Jeffrey.
Jeffrey?
Strong name.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give my full name out quite yet.
No, that is wise.
Yeah, I mean Superman's a. Well, I mean we all hate him, right?
Yeah.
But
We wouldn't be here
He's
if we
the
didn't.
worst.
stands to reason that maybe he hates us back. Which actually that would be a big deal for me if I if I'm actually on his radar at all.
Right.
Gotta say, that has never once occurred to me whether or not Superman hates me back.
It's a status thing, isn't it?
It really is, yeah.
If Superman isn't fond of you, that you're doing something right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. It's sort of like they say
Well-
at the Silicon Valley interrupters, or say if somebody's resisting you, you're on the right path or whatever.
Not familiar with that term, but
I think
but
Steve Jobs said it.
Super excited to have you on the show, Jeff.
Right off the bat, I'm going to say I thought I was going to bring some relatability, but most people do like Superman. I'm a little bit in the minority.
You're saying you're an outlier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
Rebel.
I think maybe that's what caused John to put me on this podcast. Maybe is that like, you know what, I'm bringing something not just relatable, but also totally new and unrelatable.
I thought he would be a really interesting counterpoint.
Thanks, John. Yeah. He specifically, you mentioned like maybe I could get some of your viewpoints through across that you don't feel super comfortable with everything that these fellows are saying.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, well, either way, there was a void to fill, and here you are, and we're really grateful. We really appreciate it.
At the very least, that's all I'm ever looking
And-
to do is fill a void.
And hopefully you don't get thrown into the sun, which is what happened to Red Angst. I'm not sure if you were listening.
I heard and I'd seen the papers, and
It's really a tragedy.
really too bad because they just. I mean, I was a fan of the podcast, so
Sure.
I mean, a lot of people were fans of Red Angst, and really brought an energy to this podcast that I'm
Radioactive energy.
I'm going to have a hard time trying to sort of, I don't know, fulfill that void exactly. So I feel like I'm really stumbling and bumbling here, guys.
It's okay. Hey, first episode jitters.
It happens to everybody.
You'll get into the groove.
At the end of the day, we all want to kill Superman.
We all
We
want to
do.
kill.
We do.
Red Angst was a nervous mess on his first episode, and now look at him. He's in the sun.
Right into the sun.
Right into the sun.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
It's-
he's a strong guy, that Super.
He
He's
really
the
is.
worst.
It's a tragic
And you know
loss.
what?
Actually, pretty impressive how strong he is.
If you were on the fence about hating Superman before,
Oh man.
I can't imagine this doesn't tip you right over.
Because it's going to have a negative effect to the podcast, isn't it? Red Angst had a lot of fans.
Well, we're hoping that Jeff's gonna
I've got.
bring some new
You've got
energy
big
to the show.
radioactive shoes to fill.
I don't have, the name recognition.
we
that
have
Red
the
Angst has.
radioactive shoes right over there if you want to try them on.
Why do you have his shoes in the studio?
He had a spare pair here.
a spare pair.
Sometimes there's a gym he would go and
Oh,
work
and so
out
these were like, and then he would like change into
Right,
these.
yeah.
I see.
Now, Jeff, can you tell us, are you inherently radioactive?
I'm not. No, not that I know of.
If I'm being honest, that's a pro for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm basically made of fire, so any extra warmth in the studio was kind of a bummer.
Yeah, and I didn't appreciate having to wear a lead suit all the time. And it made it difficult to record. People couldn't understand. I was very mumbly.
I could understand you, but yeah, you're right. I can hear you a lot clearer now. I think that's
yeah.
only going to enhance the podcast.
Well, we're very excited to have you here, Jeff.
I mean, I'm really excited to kill Superman.
Oh,
right?
You're on the right show for that.
Look at this firecracker.
Right, yes.
Right over here.
Thanks, guys. You're really making me feel well.
Really getting us off on the right foot. If it's okay, I'd really like us to take just a moment of silence.
Well,
No, that's a good
Just
idea.
for our fallen
I
comrade.
guess, sure. Let me, a small moment. This is live, so...
Just a little.
It's not live. This is a podcast.
Well, a tomato, but...
Well-
I mean, I'm just saying, with supervillains, taking a moment seems sort of like a good guy move, but... No, okay, yeah, we'll do what for the listeners, he made a really good dip.
All right, we're gonna just take a quick moment of silence,
Take a
guys.
moment of silence. My silence is for his dip, because I'll miss it. Is that... What, are you drinking something? Wait, was that...
I'm sorry.
We would take... a
Rest in
moment
peace,
of-
big guy.
Right, okay, no, that...
That's the
Well,
moment.
it counts. It counts. It was a moment... It was more a moment of slurping. It wasn't really a moment of silence.
Oh,
but-
did you guys hear that?
Yeah, no, this is live.
You gotta remember to use your cough button.
Oh, shoot. Is that what that does?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So if
that's
I
the
just...
one. Yeah.
And you didn't hear that?
No, but that listeners didn't.
Whenever
but
I...
we did.
And then I can just... Oh, okay, I see it. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how you do it.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm getting the hang of
No,
this.
you live and you learn.
We appreciate that you're trying.
So tell us a bit about yourself, Jeff. Do you have a background in supervillainy? Does
Actually...
Superman foiled any of your evil schemes?
No. I am not a supervillain by any sort of standard measures. I work down at the Kinko's FedEx.
I
on
noticed
Vine.
you don't have like a cape or like a
No, I've got my...
holographic projector or
This is just my Kinko's polo.
right. And it's
I came here straight from work.
You
It's a
wear it
handsome
well.
color on you.
It
Thank
looks-
you. Yeah,
looks good. I
I
just
don't get to
noticed-
choose it.
Right. It's just it wasn't like it's not glow in the dark or like it's not made of snakes
Is
or
it
anything.
armored?
It's just
No,
sort of-
it's cotton polyester blend.
okay, it doesn't have like a
Like an
magic word that
80-20
you
or
can
50-50.
Yeah, it's an 80-20, yeah.
That's kind of nice. Then less irritation.
Does
Yeah,
does
and that's what it is
breathe?
because yeah, and it has to because those machines really sort of put out a lot of heat
at the Kinko's, sure.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of problems with sort of humidity in there too because of the inks and everything.
I have the same
we
problem
don't
at
have
my
to talk about.
my robot factory. You got to if you're not wearing breathable clothing, it gets really hot. And with robots, you got to keep them cool.
Yeah, I imagine that's probably true.
Lot of
I
that.
don't have a ton
Have you
of.
designed mini robots yourself?
No.
Any death bots to do your bidding?
No, and that's the thing. I just hate Superman.
Right. Okay.
like that, a
so
purist.
you're just a guy out there who hates Superman.
And I've
okay.
been looking for something to like really get me sort of motivated outside of work.
Right.
Because honestly, I've been spending a lot of time just sort of going home and just sitting on my couch listening to podcasts.
Sure.
That's actually how I discovered your guys' podcast.
Oh, wow. The origin story.
Yeah.
Right. Here we go.
But it was kind of ruining a lot of my relationships, sort of my inability to take anything on and really make anything of myself. So your podcast was the one that was on when I sort of had an epiphany. I was just like, I got to do something. I got to get off this couch. I got to do something. Killing Superman seemed pretty good. So I just sort of sent in an application. I can't even
your
call it an
shot.
application.
Yeah.
I just sort of shot an email over to
Wow.
the studio. And then I got a frantic phone call this morning saying that the red
Angst.
Red
Red
angst,
angst.
yeah.
Sorry, oh my god,
No, it's okay.
so embarrassing.
Get some
But red
butterflies.
angst was thrown into the sun.
right by Superman.
Yeah, and he said it was thrown to the sun overnight. And my first question was, "Sun's not out, guys. Like, what are you talking about?" Apparently, and I didn't know this. The sun's actually out in China, so he was apparently fighting him in China or something. So threw him
Yeah,
into the
no.
Chinese sun,
It's true.
not the
the-
American sun.
The,
so
the
then,
fight actually started in Detroit and ended in China.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did it go
Yeah,
through?
that's more tomato.
So yeah, the station manager John just said, "Hey, we got your resume here. As far as I know, it's just probably the one sitting on top of the pile." They said, "Would you come down?" And I said, "Absolutely." And at
here
first,
you
I was
are.
gonna honestly, like 15 minutes before I came here, I was gonna be like, "Just call in sick. Just say like you can't make it or
on the
anything."
first day.
Well,
That would have been a bold move.
But you know what? that was me saying, I got to do something.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta get my life back on track. And so
Yeah.
here I am. I'm stoked to be
Just
here.
get out here.
We
and
really
fucking
appreciate
kill
the
Superman.
positivity, the go-getter attitude.
Yeah. So what is the plan? Like, what are we gonna? We just sort of let's talk about how we're gonna kill Superman. Let's do it.
Well, yeah, we've been kicking a number of things around.
Lots of different ideas.
That's
That's what
great.
this is all about. You
Awesome.
know, brainstorming.
I was thinking maybe, we've done a lot of like kidnapping Lois Lane. That seems to be
Always great.
that's like
That gets under his
It's-
goat so much.
It's
And,
insane how
It's
he always
a real
knows.
it's a
right?
real trigger for him. Yeah.
yeah, I like that one woman, right? Because there's so many women. Like
I kidnap
there's human
women all-
trafficking problems in this world, like you wouldn't believe.
I
all over the
kidnapped a
place.
woman on the way to work today, and no one stopped it. Superman didn't show up at all.
Right? Like it's like
My
He's in
dungeon
my
is
trunk
half
right
full
now.
right now.
Yeah, he's got
It's about a third women at the most.
Oh my
but,
God.
like,
a half full dungeon, a third of them women, and Superman not saved a
what am I
woman.
going to do? Not sell those people?
But you grab this
Right.
one chick, and suddenly,
He's there.
He's right on you, like
Yeah.
like that.
that's
so
we gotta. That's but anyways, like
I think it's one of his superpowers is knowing where Lois Lane is. It's a strange power, but he seems to have it.
Not well advertised.
no, but it's great that
always
you guys
faster than a
figured that
speeding
out.
bullet and the locomotive thing.
Jumping over buildings.
Right. No one ever says anything about knowing where Lois Lane is.
When is he going to update his PR, by the way?
Yeah. Someone,
Locomotives, thanks, but
Yeah,
no thanks.
Iron Horse, right? Like, what are we
Right.
doing? Like,
Steam trains.
Man
Yeah,
of Steel. Steel is not even that. I can bend steel. I mean, I use my robot gauntlets to do, but I do it.
I can melt steel with my breath,
He's melting.
like 1,300 degrees up in
Just
here.
my
not
God.
that impressive. I mean, yeah. So, but anyway, so the step one is typically kidnap Lois Lane, and she never sees it coming.
no, she's really not figuring this out.
You would think,
As soon as she saw this like man made of fire kind of creeping towards her with a burlap sack,
sure,
she'd be like,
the old fire guy with
maybe
the sack
start running.
routine, right?
but
Because that's 9 times out of 10, that's how we do it, right? He just walks up to her with a sack.
I mean, I don't really even have to sneak very much. She's always like getting her phone.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
she's
Constantly
just
social
oblivious.
media.
She's one of those people, right?
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to have a conversation with her after you've kidnapped her, and she's just updating Twitter. Or
just
whatever.
on it. Do you think? Now, I don't want to throw throw water onto this fire.
Mm-hmm.
But like, do you think maybe that's why Superman knows where she is?
What do you mean, Jeff?
Well, if
Like he follows her on social media.
yeah, like maybe he just like she says like, oh, been kidnapped again.
Like
Look.
he's got a Google alert or something.
Yeah, and just like it's quick, and he's
Well,
just like
you know,
knows.
that's honestly that could be a big part. I feel like
It's a fair assessment.
we've been kidnapping the woman for years,
Mhm.
like pre-social media.
Oh,
It's true. Pretty much the same scenario, same outcome.
okay.
So it's possible that that's helped things, or burdened things for us, but
Yeah.
helped him find her quicker.
Okay.
But-
So what do we do after we kidnap? Because
right,
we
that's step
so
one.
far we're very successful, right?
That part, it's
That's
almost
the bait,
100%
right? That's the bait.
ratio of success
Of getting her.
kidnapping Lois
God,
Lane.
if only this podcast were killing Lois Lane,
Right,
right?
no, that is
Then
good,
it would be
that's
just,
rich.
like, really,
Yeah.
Because that'd be done.
yeah.
There's not really much longevity there.
Problem is, we need her alive as long as he's alive.
That's
and
true.
I think she knows that too, which is why she's so lippy when we get her.
yeah,
She's not.
She knows
Yeah.
you're not going to do anything to her.
exactly.
That makes sense.
So, step one, kidnap Lois Lane.
Right.
And then that's when we run into trouble, right? Is
Yeah,
when he
that's
shows
step
up.
2.
He shows up
Yeah.
and he just, I hate to admit it, but just beats the tar out of us.
Oh,
Just,
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
can't imagine. I mean, he threw Red and like so
Oh,
Red
red
angst.
angst.
angst. Oh my God, how do I keep forgetting that?
you
Red
know,
angst. He threw red angst into the sun. I
and
mean,
he's like I said, he's quite strong.
He's very strong. I mean, he's extra strong in the light of the yellow sun.
yeah.
That's
I'd
a
say.
big. See, our whole sun is. We've only got the one sun.
Have you thought about fighting him at night?
We have.
It has
we looked
occurred to
into
us, yeah,
that. It
yeah.
turns out he just kind of stores up solar energy from the day, and
Ah,
it
shoot.
lasts at night too.
Is that what Red Angst was doing in China? Was the sun out here and he was just like, I'll fight Superman
he
in China.
didn't- he
But you said it
actually-
started in Detroit, so maybe he started. I think I see what happened. He was in Detroit committing crimes at night to fight him, and then Superman tricked him into China so that Superman could then throw him into the sun. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Uh,
tragic.
That's fairly
I mean,
close.
if
yeah.
I don't know exactly what happened, but I'd bet Superman cheated because he's just a cheating asshole.
All right. Well, we should take that into account when we're planning how to to
Yeah.
kill him.
Yeah, yeah. It's important to take account of everything that we think Superman might do.
Have you ever read The Art of War?
Sun Tzu.
I
Yeah.
have not.
He
Familiar
talks
with
about
it.
that sort
Does
of
he?
stuff, about like know what your
Preparation,
enemy's
knowing your
weaknesses
enemy,
are. Yeah. So
So the thing
I mean,
is,
Superman's number one weakness, right?
I mean, gotta
Kryptonite.
put, maybe a
kryptonite
good
seems
idea
to be.
to put it on the reading list.
Well, yeah, no, absolutely. I think a big part of our problem with the whole kryptonite isn't very easy to get your hands on. You have to know a guy.
No, sure,
know,
but this is our business, right?
No,
I mean,
absolutely.
listen.
I mean,
if I can motivate myself to get up off the couch and just try to do something, right? I think you guys can motivate, and we can all. I'm not blameless in this, right? We can all
Sure.
just sort of set our sights and focus on obtaining some kryptonite.
well, no, I think acquisition is not as much the problem
Okay.
as supply and demand.
So, well, here's the thing. So, honestly, really, we should have a first plan to steal some kryptonite. Every time we use a plan with kryptonite, we lose, and then the government confiscates all the kryptonite.
And I'll tell you what, knowing it, the geologists that are willing to sell or tell us where kryptonite is stored, the list is getting a little bit slim.
That's interesting.
Also,
That's too
everyone
bad.
we deal with, we end up murdering
Oh, God.
after we do
Yeah.
the deal. Because,
Of
we're
course.
supervillains.
Right.
We're not going to pay for stuff.
And I mean,
Okay.
it's not like there's, a Yelp for supervillains,
What-
but if there were, geologists would not be talking to us at all.
Yeah, so it's gotten to a point where few people are willing to work with us because of our history of murder.
Proclivity, I guess, is a better word.
Kind of murder sprees.
Why haven't you just kidnapped one of those geologists? You guys were talking about how much you kidnap people. You've got a dungeon.
He's got a
Mr. Nefario.
he's got a sack just for kidnapping.
Yeah.
He's got like a bunch of sacks.
What if you fill up some of those sacks with
He's got
geologists?
like a potato sack and
If maybe we could get a couple of geologists, just so that we're hedging our bets, we're beating the spread.
See,
Yeah.
Jeff's already pulling his weight. Look at that.
Hey, yeah, no, this feels good.
I really appreciate where you're coming from.
Oh,
here.
thanks, guys. I don't get a lot of like positive feedback at Kinko's.
Oh no.
No,
Really?
Would
so
you
this
like
has
us?
been really good.
Would you like us to burn down the Kinkos? It'd be no
We
problem.
can
Oh.
murder all of them.
No, that's honestly my only source of income.
Okay, just say
Right
the
now.
word and we'll zap
You
it with
just
a
let us
laser
know.
from space.
Thanks, I appreciate that, guys. But yeah, like I
Have
said,
you seen the space laser?
I've never been to space.
Oh, you've got to go to space.
Never been to, not even like on a dare. Like-
No, not even close. I think I've been on a plane like
I'm
a
telling
dozen
you,
times.
schedule the trip before you're in your 30s.
You gotta go. I mean, I'm surprised. Not even just.
What happens in my
drunk one
30s? Is
weekend?
space going to be bad then?
Well, no, you just want to have.
You want to have
space
done it
is-
at some point before
Okay.
you
While-
can say,
while your
it's
body
for
is
Before I
still-
settle down.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Makes
you don't,
sense.
you don't travel to space.
Today's episode of Ending Superman's Life is brought to you by henchrecruiter.com. Losing henchmen is a fact of life for villains like myself, and looking for a henchman in one place isn't enough to find quality candidates. Posting on henchrecruiter.com allows you to post to more than 200 websites, including social media. Find the henchperson of your dreams, or be seen by the quality supervillain that matches you with your unique skill set by posting to henchrecruiter.com. The advanced algorithms and vetting procedures at HenchRecruiter are upheld to quality standards that ensure that your nefarious plots go off without a hitch. There's no more comprehensive service to finding your hench or villain to make your evil deeds the most terrifying and productive they can be. Sign up at henchrecruiter.com and use the offer code ENDSUPERMAN for 10% off your first month subscription, and to let HenchRecruiter know that you support Ending Superman's life. Sign up today and save. Now, back to the show.
Anyways, we're getting sidetracked. Let's really focus because, guys, I'm telling you, I'm riding this high of like.
Right. We're
of,
going to
like-
kill Superman.
He says it best.
He,
He
really
does.
does.
Thank you. Thank you.
So okay, let's kidnap Lois Lane. Let's kidnap some geologists. We'll get
Lois-
some kryptonite. Let's just punch him in the face with some kryptonite
Well,
until he's dead, right? And then I think
mean,
that
okay.
should do it.
I mean, it's been
Technically,
posited before.
That could work, but
I feel like I'm losing my mind. I feel like this seems
See, you're
trivially easy.
not thinking. We're supervillains, is the thing.
True. And so fill me in. Help me out. Well,
So
so
it's
like,
just there's a way
what
these
am I not
things are
seeing?
done. You know, you can't just pummel the man with kryptonite. You have to build like a kryptonite behemoth for him to fight in some sort of gladiator scenario.
Kryptonite ray guns.
Ray guns.
You have to hypnotize him and make him think that all the citizens
hypnotize him.
Sure, some sort of hypnosis gun or something.
Shrink him and put him into a tiny version.
Yeah,
of Krypton.
you've gotta really
weird.
You gotta be creative when you can't, because you don't want the story of how you killed Superman to be that you just punched the guy. It's got to be.
Well, I see. I think that's the headline there alone is somebody murdered Superman. I think that's page 1, A1 headline above the fold. Superman's dead, murdered. Daily Planet. That's tomorrow's headline if we do this tonight. I don't think it's really going to matter if we replace a saber-toothed tiger's teeth with
I like that. With what, like bees or something?
No, with kryptonite.
Like
it's the only thing
teeth?
that works. Why would bees?
Well, bees
I don't
that
even
have
know how that would work.
Bees that have kryptonite stingers.
yes.
Okay, see, Mr. Nefario, he gets it. He's a supervillain.
So, Jeff, here's the thing.
Yeah, but that seems so bizarre and so
Hold on,
convoluted.
Let's work on this bee teeth idea of Jeff's. I
think we got to table that. I think Jeff and you and I are coming from different places.
Okay.
I think we got to get on the same page. Here's my pitch.
Mr. Nefario, I'm sorry to interrupt. Before you move on, you've got some paper over there. Just write down Jeff's idea, Sabretooth. What was it? Sabretooth Tiger?
Again, that was not a sincere idea.
We'll have to go back in time to get to Sabretooth Tiger, but that shouldn't be.
No, that's sort of what I'm trying to say is that seems so out of the realm of possibility, and that I really don't think that no matter how we kill him, it's going to be a footnote. Superman dead. That's again Daily Planet.
Jeff, I have to disagree with you here. I think that we can both agree, you and I, Supreme Leader, that it's definitely the journey and not the destination.
Ah, shit.
And it's. I think Jeff has just a great idea. That's a new one.
No, that.
It is new, and I respect your new energy that you're
And
bringing.
day one, right? That's impressive. Right after
Again,
the
I don't
bat,
want to put my name behind that
Sabretooth
idea because I don't think it's going to work.
Sabretooth B
Oh,
teeth.
don't worry. We'll steal the idea. We're not going to give you credit for it.
No, I'm sorry. That's
when
what we do.
finally
We are
kill
villains.
Sure.
Superman. We're not going to say that Jeff thought of it, but I mean,
True.
Listen,
True.
well, okay. It would be great if we're posing in front of Superman's corpse, at least I can get in there so I can show people that I've done something.
Sure,
Because
why
again,
not? Yeah.
this is about showing, for me at least, it's about showing my parents, my girlfriend, my ex.
You're seeing somebody right now.
No, it's my ex-girlfriend. I
You're trying
guess
to shove
she'll
it in
be
her
pretty
face
mad
that
if
you
we.
killed Superman.
Yeah, no, I just showed not
Prove
that
to
I
her that you can
accomplished something.
accomplish.
Yeah,
Sure, you-
exactly.
you
That I
had a
set my sights
goal.
on a goal and that I could do that and that I could be a father someday. And
Would
it's
you like us to-
Her notion that I couldn't is ridiculous.
We can shoot her with the space laser if you like.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine.
It's
maybe
really no
you
trouble.
could shoot this guy, Michael Torrance, that she's been seeing
Yeah,
with a.
no problem.
Yeah, I don't see why that's a problem.
Really?
I think we got
Would
a
you
laser.
Wait, I
rather-
don't really want to be on recorded medium, ordering a hit for somebody other than Superman, because I
mean,
think.
Well, no one knows. One, we haven't given your last name,
Or our location.
and we're in a pocket dimension outside of time
I
and
said which
space.
Kinkos I work at.
Well, that was folly.
Yeah, that may not have been the best move.
You never tell the world where your secret.
So just
lair
here,
is.
just don't kill Michael Torrance, okay?
So for now, if I look at me, look at me in
Look
the
at,
eye.
look,
Okay.
at, look at his
Yeah.
eye. What is his
Not.
eye doing?
We're
No,
not
don't do that.
Going
Don't
to kill
don't
Michael
stop.
Torrance.
Okay, I see what you're doing. Stop winking.
Look me in the eye.
You're
Jeff.
winking. You're pulling. You're tugging on your earlobe. Just please, and
Just
sincerely,
remember,
don't.
just remember, you begged us not to do it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm
Right.
begging you not
You
to kill
begged us.
Michael Torrance.
There you are.
Not
You're on the
to do it.
record
Okay.
asking us not
Mr.
to
Nefario,
kill.
you're
Now I know
also-
it's hard to
both-
tell because my eyes are literally lava rocks.
Yeah, but I can
But
see
I
the one
was
sort of.
winking them.
Yeah, don't say it then into the
Oh.
thing, because then I'm really. Because guys, hold on. Which one is this sneeze? But guys, I'm really nervous. I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble with this.
No, I mean,
Okay.
I wouldn't worry
trying,
about it.
I'm trying to accomplish something here and prove something for my life, but you guys are making this really difficult. Okay, so
we're gonna kill somebody.
Well, we're
Okay,
definitely
okay.
killing somebody.
All right, yes,
Might
Superman,
as well.
right?
We're going to kill Superman, but
Superman,
along
yeah,
the way.
Yeah.
So again,
don't-
why? I really think just punching him with
Splitting
kryptonite
hairs
is-
by saying you'd find to be on record killing Superman, but not this Michael Torrance.
It's a little odd.
again. I think because you kill Superman, you're a hero, right?
Sure, yeah.
But people kill Michael Torrance every day, is what you're saying.
No, it's that it's I can't Like that seems more like a vendetta, like a personal vendetta, and I'm gonna be locked up. That's premeditated and everything. You kill Superman. This is more of like a global matter, and that they're not gonna like, oh, let's take you to court about this. This is a much bigger issue, right? We're sort of surpassing.
He's sort of
Sure,
become
yeah.
like a force of nature.
Yeah.
He's an element.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's like
you can't take a hurricane
I
to
don't-
court.
it's like Jeff stops a hurricane,
Yeah.
right? That's
Right.
amazing headline,
what it is.
I don't
and
think
nobody's
the
gonna
man
be like,
has a social security number. I bet. I mean, like, you know, how would you even serve him papers? You know,
There's no way.
it's like you'd have to throw yourself off of a building in hopes that he catches you, and then you go, "Oh, thanks, Superman. By the way, here's your." I mean, he can't deny that he's
That's
not
true.
Superman. He just caught you,
Yeah, Superman.
and
you'd
he's
be like,
got the S.
Who's
and everything.
asking? They're
Right.
not going to do that. That old
No.
trick. You're just going to, you can then hand the papers off to him before you
Sure.
even hit the ground.
Yeah, so that'd be and that's the only way I can think of doing it. I mean, I wouldn't be serving him.
I mean,
I'd
I
be trying
suppose
to
you just
murder
hire a
him.
process server, right?
Right, but I'm saying that'd be a nightmare. Imagine you're a process server, and they're like, "Oh, we need you to get Superman."
But I mean, we're not even concerned about Ideally, in this scenario, Superman's dead, and we're the ones.
Sure. No,
being-
I just was saying because he's not a citizen, he's an illegal alien who doesn't have
Well, he's an alien.
doesn't pay taxes or anything.
He's a permanent resident. I don't know if he has any sort of income.
I mean, how would
That's-
we deport him? We don't have that kind of a space program on this planet.
That's true. We can't send him back to where he came from.
I'm just
I
saying,
mean,
like when
we
we
could
kill
get him to
Michael
a
Torrance,
meteor.
it'll be a lot easier to
Okay,
find
again,
him.
when you
right?
talk about Michael Torrance, I really don't
but
think
finding
should.
Superman is
So,
difficult.
It's actually interesting that you bring this up
Like, how do
about
we-
finding Superman because I have a theory. Okay, like I said earlier, I've
Okay.
sort of been. I spent a lot of time the last few months sort of getting over some personal matters.
Sure.
But just sort of sitting on the couch locked, doing, and I'm not ashamed to admit this, a lot of sort of recreational marijuana use.
Masturbation. Oh no, excuse me.
Well, yeah, recreational marijuana use. And one time when I was really high, they were doing an interview on TV with some of the like Daily Planet reporters,
Oh, yeah.
and this fella Clark Kent, you guys saw, he's this Pulitzer Prize winning journalist.
Yeah,
he
no,
was
he's
on there.
pretty famous guy. Where is this going?
Well, no, so yeah, bear with me because I really do. I
Uh-huh.
think, and this sounds crazy, I shouldn't have led with the fact that I was in an altered state, but if you take Superman, right, and you put some
I
glasses
think taking
on,
Superman is what we want to do, right? We want to take him.
That's the idea.
We want to take his life. Is
Yeah,
what we want
absolutely.
to do.
we're
so-
talking about not being able to find him, and I think I have a solution.
Well, I don't
if
think
you
we
just
should be
listen.
hiring reporters. They've been trying to figure out who Superman is for years. They're not
They're
any
having the same
closer.
problems we are.
I think we know what we're doing, what we're talking about.
I mean,
here,
if
Jeff.
Superman's
So
living as a private citizen at some point,
if you want to write to
Right.
this Clark Kent, maybe get him on the show or something. I don't know. We can torture him for
What-
information.
maybe so.
That's a good
don't
idea
know where
because
you're
I
going.
think that
Yes.
if he's here, you
Okay,
guys would.
well, that's great, Jeff. I think the
right.
first
Looks like
idea
we
you
gotta
had
wrap it
about the BT
BT.
saber-toothed tiger, that's the winner.
was
Let's
really
focus
good.
on that one, and then maybe later we can seek it on this Clark Kent fellow and see if that draws Superman out or something.
I mean, if
I'm
the
trying to
Daily
be
Planet
supportive and
employees, we can
incorporate
get on
both
the
of your
case.
ideas
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
But
All right.
I don't.
Fine.
We don't have time to go on about any more theories.
You're right.
Uh,
it's probably
but,
nonsense.
moving on. Anyways, it was great. It was great to have you here, Jeff.
Yeah.
Really, really wonderful to
No,
have you.
thank you
I-
so much. That's
and-
that again means so much to me that I'm actually it's thrilling because like I'm feeling like active and up and at 'em and like I
Yeah.
don't getting out of bed in the morning is tough for me because I
Right.
just roll over to the Kinkos and I just hate it all day long. And this is really giving me something else to pursue. And so thank you both.
Yeah. Well, you might want to bring some nausea medication next time. We're in a pocket dimension outside of time and space, so you might be feeling a little queasy after about 45 minutes or so.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you noticed. There's a wormhole generator on that door, and so I know you parked on what is it? What's that street over there?
Is it Elm?
Elm?
Yeah.
Did you park on Elm?
I parked on the south side of Elm because the
Oh.
north side had street sweeping signs. that said,
Sure. Okay, good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So I know you're thinking.
I can't
oh,
afford a ticket right now.
Oh no, yeah. Well,
I
mean, we'll bring you in on some heists or something. We can get that sorted out. That's no problem.
that would mean a lot because I'm in
Sure.
sort of dire financial straits right now.
But,
That hasn't come up. So like
Hey,
if we have a
that's-
big plan, the cheaper the better for me on my part.
Right.
And like I don't know if
Well,
we're doing like a
the reason I bring up the whole quantum field, the wormhole generator that uses a quantum field, is because it's on the fritz, and so the next time we meet, it might be like on the moon or at the center of the Earth or something.
Or an asteroid.
Yeah, a comet flying through
orbiting
space.
Venus.
We could.
something
I'm
like
also
that.
happy to host at my apartment.
So
I just need
you
like
know,
a
your
week's.
whatever.
I just need a week's heads up so I can tell my roommate Tony about
well,
it.
the main concern is that we need our location to be secret. Because we broadcast live and we don't want Superman.
No, I mean there's a
knowing where we
gate.
are and
There's a
busting
gate
in.
code and everything, and I can just text it to you. It's pretty secure. Although Tony did get his bike stolen the other day.
Superman can
These things do
fly,
happen.
so gates aren't really that useful to keep him out. But it does. We'll email you. We'll figure it out. I just
Yeah.
wanted you to be aware that you're not currently in Metropolis. Pocket dimension outside of time and space. So, anyways, thank you so much for listening. This has been Ending Superman's Life. I am Supreme Leader. Mr. Nefario, you want to take us away? Let's
All
know
right,
all
guys.
about the...
Just make sure you got to subscribe to the podcast. That lets us know that you're listening, that you're on board with this idea. Follow us on Twitter. Make sure to subscribe to our Instagram feed, too. We can't do this without you. We're going to end Superman's life together, guys.
Yep. And feel free to follow me on Twitter personally,
Yeah.
Instagram too.
All right, sure. Let's go out with a nice death to Superman, shall we?
On three, fellas, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Death to
Death
to
to
Superman.
Superman.
I jumped it.
damn
You
it.
said 3.
That's okay. That's all right. I was unclear.
Okay.
But anyway, thanks for joining us this week. We'll see you again next week. And keep up the good fight, supervillains.
Fuck you, Superman.
Hey folks, Engineer John here again. Remember, today's episode was brought to you by Hench Recruiter. Check them out and let them know we sent you. It would really help us out. Special thanks to Nick Robinson, Garrett Werner, and John Maynard. Our music is composed by Daniel Cloak.